Now, energy drinks, are popular, especially among teenagers.
Yeah, but doctors warn they can be dangerous for your heart. Caffeine and the drink's other ingredients contain many risks for kids. Health reporter Haley Hernandez is joining us now with more.
But it's when you have more than what's safe that you could experience symptoms that can damage your body. Yeah, and chances are you've had some caffeine already today, right? Experts estimate that around 90% of people in the U.S. have at least a little caffeine every day.
Energy drinks, always delivering an energetic jolt in colorful cans, worth collecting and trading to some young people.
Energy drinks promise quick power, sharper focus, and the ability to push through anything. They're sold as liquid motivation, a shortcut to stamina and alertness.
So the more stimulant you take, the more the likelihood is that you're going to have an arrhythmia.
The American Beverage Association issued guidance on kids and energy drinks years ago, specifically asking companies not to market energy drinks to children under 13. But what's fun isn't always safe.
My typical advice about energy drinks, honestly, is to avoid them in general.
I spoke with interventional cardiologist Dr. Jonathan Aliota from Kelsey-Seybold. He explains that energy drinks can cause heart arrhythmias, nor sell products in K through 12 schools.
Because it's usually a multiple of having like 2 or 3 or 4 cans of soda at one time in terms of caffeine use.
But the truth is, most of these cans are dangerous cocktails of sugar, caffeine, and chemicals that do far more harm than good. Behind the flashy logos and extreme marketing campaigns lies a product that can wreck your body if you make it a habit. These drinks spike your system, overwork your heart, dehydrate you, and leave you worse off than when you started. Still, among the sea of neon cans, there are a couple of options that actually work the way they're supposed to, providing clean energy without destroying your health.
Yeah, and then sometimes the ones that are caffeine free have like vitamins and chemicals and stuff that interact that create that like caffeine-like effect.
Correct. These other natural compounds that people can get that kind of give you that more stimulating effect.
As most energy drinks warn on the can, these are not recommended for children. But Dr. Aliota says heart palpitations caused by dehydration and energy drinks is the main reason people in their 20s and 30s end up in his office for a heart exam.
In kids, this leads to overstimulation. This can lead to attention problems. This can lead to anxiety. This can lead to having problems sleeping or concentrating or focusing, being fidgety, having heart palpitations or symptoms, and things like this.
The worst offenders are the classic, sugar-loaded energy drinks. These oversized cans often pack more than 50 grams of sugar in a single serving, along with a caffeine punch that's equivalent to multiple cups of coffee. The initial rush feels powerful. You're alert, buzzing, even euphoric. But within an hour or two, your blood sugar crashes, your body shakes, and the fatigue hits harder than before. Over time, the constant cycle of spiking and crashing taxes your pancreas, strains your heart, and can lead to long-term problems like diabetes and obesity.
Now, what's interesting about that for the heart is that the more dry the heart is, the more likely it is to act up.
So he cautions all young people that energy drinks, especially in our Houston heat, can make it more likely for the heart to misfire.
You're not replenishing that fluid with actual water and you're using an energy drink, your body is getting drier and drier.
Yeah, so the simple solution is you got to drink more water. Hydration makes your heart happier, it's going to misfire less, your muscles work better, and you are more alert the better hydrated you are.
Add in the fact that many of these cans are marketed to teenagers who chug them without realizing the risks, and it's easy to see why they are dangerous. Another category to avoid are the extra strength or extreme blends. These are the ones that brag about packing double or triple the caffeine of normal energy drinks. Some contain as much as 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine per can, several times what's considered safe in one sitting. Pair that with other stimulants like guarana or yerba mate, and you're looking at a recipe for jitters, insomnia, heart palpitations, and anxiety. In young or sensitive individuals, the combination can be catastrophic. No amount of flashy branding makes up for the fact that they're essentially legal stimulants in a can, pushing your nervous system beyond safe limits.
That's sometimes used for colds. that can increase the caffeine levels in your blood and then therefore increase your heart rate. Plus, many medications interact with caffeine. So for instance, if you combine caffeine with ephedrine, which is often found in decongestants, that can raise your risk of issues like high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, and even herbal supplements like echinacea.
And you don't always know it's happening until something's happening.
Right, exactly. Or people who are really in tune with their body, they're like, why am I having these heart palpitations? They go to the doctor, and then the doctor asks, how much caffeine do you drink? Do you drink energy drinks?
Then there are the candy-flavored energy drinks, brightly colored and carbonated to taste like soda. They lure people in with flavors like cotton candy, fruit punch, or blue raspberry, but the ingredients list is anything but playful. These drinks often hide massive amounts of artificial sweeteners, colors, and chemicals. Even if they're sugar-free, the artificial additives can disrupt your gut microbiome and trick your brain into craving more sweet things later. They give you the impression you're making a healthier choice, but in reality, you're just trading one set of problems for another. A particularly sneaky group are the so-called energy shots. They look small, like harmless little bottles you can down in a gulp. But don't be fooled. These shots concentrate huge amounts of caffeine and B vitamins into just a couple of ounces. Because they're small, people tend to drink them quickly without realizing how much caffeine they just slammed into their system. The result is an immediate jolt followed by side effects like racing heartbeat, headaches, or nausea. They may save you time compared to sipping a big can, but they're just as harmful, if not more. And let's not forget the workout-focused energy drinks. These often combine caffeine with ingredients like taurine, creatine, or beta-alanine, claiming to boost performance. But they usually come with the same issues: excess sugar or artificial sweeteners, questionable dosing of supplements, and way too much caffeine. The added ingredients may sound scientific, but they're often underdosed or included just to make the label look impressive. Instead of helping your workout, they leave you dehydrated, jittery, and sometimes worse off in performance. Despite all this, there are a couple of energy drinks that actually work without trashing your health. The first are the clean, sugar-free energy drinks made with natural caffeine sources and balanced electrolytes. These focus on steady energy instead of overloading your body. They're usually made with green tea extract, coffee bean caffeine, or yerba mate in reasonable amounts, around 100 to 150 milligrams per can. They also skip the artificial dyes and chemical flavorings, opting instead for natural fruit flavors. These drinks give you a lift without the harsh crash, making them a smarter option for people who just want focus and alertness. The second group worth considering are energy drinks designed around hydration and recovery, often marketed toward athletes. Instead of massive sugar loads, they contain electrolytes, light natural caffeine, and amino acids to support endurance. They don't drown your body in stimulants. They give you enough of a boost to perform while keeping you balanced. They're not magic, but they actually align with what your body needs during exertion: hydration, minerals, and steady fuel. At the end of the day, most energy drinks are poison dressed up as performance. They promise focus and stamina, but what they really deliver is sugar addiction, overworked hearts, and burned out nervous systems. The rare few that are worth it focus on balance, natural caffeine, and hydration. If you're reaching for a can, avoid the sugar bombs, the extreme blends, the candy-flavored gimmicks, and the tiny concentrated shots. Stick with clean, moderate options, and you'll get the energy you need without wrecking your body.